Here. Here I am. What happened? Hello? But I don't know. I can't hear anything. So, right now, I can't see anything or hear anything. I see myself on the screen. Well, that's interesting. Hello?
There we go.
Yeah, but I can hardly hear you.
Can
I
you hear?
can't. I don't know why I hear it so low.
My volume's all the way up. How's that?
What?
My
I
volume's
think I
all
have my
check your volume.
sound up. Uh,
Mine's all the way up.
I can't. It's very low.
Better now?
Uh, just barely. It's not good enough to.
I can hear you fine.
You can hear me fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can't hear you well. Hmm.
What about now? You hear me better now?
Well, I barely hear you.
Even now, you barely hear me?
There must be some place to create a speakerphone to make this.
I normally don't have. Normally, it's not an issue. Or you really can't hear me right now? I hear you fine.
I see a speaker and I touch it. It turns it off.
Yeah.
So
Tap it back on. Maybe just try to raise the volume or something. I don't.
What?
I can hear you just fine.
Maybe, yeah, but I can hardly hear you. You're very low. So what is?
So, yeah, I don't know. You want to just, like I said, it's up to you. I'll go right now. It's fine. But if not, we can pick another day. It's up to you.
See, I can't really hear. Speaker off. The microphone off. So now the thing is, how do you get this going? Like a speaker, like the voices augmented.
I hear you fine. Like
Now
I hear you just.
Okay, now I hear you.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, well, what's
So
up,
what
Jan? How
happened?
you doing? Nice.
So what happened?
These things are always a pain in the ass. You might want to move the camera down a little bit. I kind of just see your eyes and your forehead. There you go. There he is. Yeah.
Okay, like
All
that.
All right, cool. Okay, well, do you want me to? Okay, now that we have this set up, do you want me to start the chat and you jump in, or you just want to go from here?
I don't know, whatever you want to do. I'm just trying to accommodate.
All right, so you know what? Let's just do it here now that we got it or whatever. Right?
Well, let's do whatever it is and see what happens, and it's a dry run anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So we can do another one another time or something like that.
Right.
But anyway, all right. So anyway, I'm Justin Pedini. I've been a fan of yours for a while. You have honestly like the best political interviews on the whole internet. I'm not even just saying that either. Like they're really fucking funny. They're honestly like almost comedy. They're so like amusing. Like just the way you like just basically push these people up with logic and intellect up against walls, and then they get mad at you. What got you into doing that?
Okay, well, was very dissatisfied with the kind of discussion and interviewing that was being done
Right.
on TV. So I decided to take it upon myself to do something better with the Socratic interviewing technique. I I have well, I don't know where to start here, but I had a show in Puerto Rico, and was called "What's Your Philosophy?" And I started doing interviews there, and then I decided that the place to fight for freedom was in Washington, D.C. So I got an offer to come to Washington to do a show, and then the people that the channel that offered me the show, they kind of reneged on the deal that they had agreed on, and they wanted to change things. And I decided that the deal that the way they wanted and the way they had changed it was no good. So I went over and I started to do a show called The Bottom Line on public access. And then later I did shows for different organizations, and I worked as a, you know, self-producer or whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of like the background. I think the important thing to know here is that I came to Washington about 3 decades ago, and I've interviewed all the players. I've done about 600 interviews.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize you had that many, really.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to. So I've done about 600 interviews of politicians and journalists. And I guess the split is about 50-50. I've done about 100 monologues as well. So there's a whole bunch of monologues there. And I wrote this book called The Socratic Assassin, which is not a title that I chose. This title was chosen by a journalist called Jim
title. I like it.
Yeah, Jim Swift is the one that he wrote an article about me, and that was the title of his article. So I thought, well, that's a cool title. I'll use that for my ebook. And so I wrote an ebook which has 84 chapters of politicians and journalists, high-profile people, and I could list them. And to a certain extent, it's important to see all the people that I have interviewed, and that of course, I only included 84 in the ebook, plus 3 documentaries, plus 3 debates.
Right, you were telling me about this.
Actually, 4 debates, and so all of those are in the ebook. Now, the most valuable thing from my interviews is learning the Socratic interviewing technique. Mm-hmm. And one of the documentaries is titled exactly that, The Socratic Interviewing Technique. And it explains how and exemplifies how I can use the Socratic interviewing technique to persuade someone to change their mind. Mm-hmm. And in other cases, like you mentioned before, they get angry, they contradict themselves,
yeah.
Their true character is revealed.
Right. That's why I love not to cut.
When they don't want to accept that they're mistaken. So when I interviewed Joe Biden, that was a long time ago. It was on philosophic issues, not politics.
Right.
When he made a mistake, he simply said, "Okay, I stand corrected." And the same thing happened with Mike Wallace and other people that I interviewed.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one. I definitely want to see the Biden one.
Yeah. So the value, I just wanted to prove that you can actually change someone's mind if they are willing to reason, and they don't want, they have good character and they accept when they're mistaken. But when they aren't, then there's shenanigans. The
Euphemisms come out,
or they call me names and or try to do things to me, etc. So
I think my favorite one was the one where they stole the tape from you. You're just sitting there like, this is my tape. Like, you're stealing from me live on camera or whatever. Dude, I'm telling you, I was fucking dying. Like, half of those interviews that I've watched, I was literally like almost in tears watching them because you're just sitting there all calm and collected and literally just asking these people just logical, rational questions like you could ask like a teenager. And they want to explode because, like you say, their character is not they don't have good characters, pretty much.
That was a favorite of mine because I think the interesting thing there is that we were talking about exactly that, initiating physical force.
Right. Yeah.
And so then
your tape.
The secretary did exactly that. He stole the tape and he tried to steal the signed guest release, which is the copy of my right to publish worldwide the interview that the congressman signed before he did the interview.
Right.
And so they got me arrested and everything.
Oh,
and,
they did? Oh, I didn't know that. They arrested you for that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, they got the Capitol Police. They got the Capitol Police. They called the Capitol Police and they claimed that I had stolen a federal document. So this federal document was actually my copy of the signed guest release.
Right. No, yeah, it's on the video.
So the Capitol Police, they put me, they booked me, and then they put me in the paddy wagon, and it's very hot in the paddy wagon. You know what?
Right. Absolutely not. I've been arrested a few times myself.
The little holes for air are very small.
Yes, that's true. That's not a lie. I didn't know that, man. I'm sorry you had to deal with all that. Like I said, I'm just seeing what I've seen on YouTube.
The congressman had to deal with the lawsuit that I filed against him.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And he had to pay $45,000. And also, I demanded an apology, which he said it was all a misunderstanding.
Yeah, clearly on video it's a misunderstanding. How misunderstood could it be? It's actually on video. Like,
so I got
the fucking audacity of these people is just insane. Like your videos do a great job of exposing the true character of these people. That actually might be a good way for you to actually market them because you really do like a great job of that.
I think they expose their own lousy character when they have it, or they expose good character when they have good character. It's up to them. But I reveal the contradictions in their thinking. Right. And that's what you do with the Socratic interviewing technique. And these people, well, they are what they are. If they're a thug, then you can see the thuggery right there in front of your eyes.
Yeah. No, that's why it's so important. It's like the fact that
Pete Stark, for example, he threatened to throw me out the window.
Really?
He said, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here! I'm gonna throw you out the window." And so then, that guy was a real thug. And
I don't think I saw that one. Who was that? Do you remember?
Pete Stark.
I don't think I've seen that one. Are they all on YouTube? I don't think they are, right?
Well, that's why you had to buy the ebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I wasn't sure of. Okay, cool.
No. Right. That one's on.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I wasn't sure of that. Okay, cool.
That one's on YouTube, Pete Stark. But boy, was that guy a thug? Yeah. Then he saw that we were filming the fact that he was threatening to throw me out the window, and he pulled the plug on the.
It's a literal death threat on camera, but no problem. It's okay. We're politicians, so no big deal.
Yeah, he pulled the plug on the power supply, and then he came up into my face. He's a big guy, by the way, bigger than me.
Yeah.
And he was like an umpire, bumping my chest. He said, "Give me that fucking tape, or I'm gonna punch your lights out."
What? Wow, man. Yeah, I got to see that. Yeah, definitely. Give me the link for the ebook after.
Are you ready for a classical Jan Helfeld retort?
Go for
it. Easy. I only have
the broke up. Say it again. I'm sorry. It happens sometimes with this stuff. Give it a. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you say it again? It completely broke up when you were saying what you were saying on my end. The last I heard was like a classic reply. But go for it. So, what did you say to him? I didn't hear it. It broke up.
I'm an ex-basketball player.
Oh, it's breaking up again. You said you're what, military, did you say?
I gave him a good fake to the right, and I ran to the left.
Oh, really?
To just ask you a few questions. Yeah, he said, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I said. I said, take it easy. I just asked you a few questions. He said, give me that fucking tape. I'm gonna punch your lights out. He wanted the tape, so I gave him a good fake to the right, and I ran to the left. I was leaving his office. Did me the tape like a baton relay race. So that's how I got the tape out of the office.
That's funny.
Yeah. These guys don't quit. And so the chief of staff said, you left the office. He said, yeah, the congressman asked me to leave.
Yeah.
That was
sounds like it. Yeah. I don't ask you, but yeah. That's what I mean. It's like.
Then he said, but you took the tape. Let's take the tape.
Yeah, it's your tape. You know, like that's the whole point. These people are sick. Like what people don't understand is they like.
Say, yeah, I always take the tape.
Yeah, said, that's the whole reason.
So you know what he said? Well, the congressman isn't letting your crew, camera crew, and equipment out of the office until you bring back the tape. And so I said to him, well, if I don't think you should do that because that would be another criminal violation.
Right. Exactly.
So
you know, the thing that they're supposed to stand against.
So he said, let me talk to the congressman, and I'll get back to you. I said, okay. I called my lawyer and I said, what should I do? He said, well, try to get whatever you can on tape because, you know, this could escalate. So then the guy called me back. Okay, I convinced, you haven't heard the punchline yet. Okay, I convinced the congressman to let your people out and you can take your equipment. But could you come back with the tape so we can talk about this? I said to him, well, maybe some other day because I'm, you know, already close to where I live. And so maybe we can do it another day. So you know what that guy said to me? He said, where do you live? I said, yeah, in Washington, motherfucker.
Yeah, these people, man. Like the videos you have do such a great job of exposing. Like
how much of a guy had to? I said, how far is this guy going to take this? He wants to know where I live.
Right. For what? No. Like what? Why? Like for what is he planning on doing exactly? Coming over for tea? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Is like people think that these people are like noble and moral.
So that
and they're just
a real stuff.
Like,
sure.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
But not like, how did you even get? Like, how are you even able to land these interviews? Like that, I think someone else asked that. Well, okay. Good point. Like,
so let's talk about this a little bit. How I landed these interviews.
Yeah.
The first thing is the magnitude of interviews that I have done. You know, the players. We're talking Nancy Pelosi,
right?
Bernie Sanders,
people, yeah.
Lindsey Graham. You know, the senator, the neocon.
Yeah. No, you got some heavy hitters. That's what I mean.
Gals like Katie Pavlik, or I don't know if you watch TV, but they're on Tommy Loren, a lot of journalists, beautiful ladies, this and that. These are the players that are determining our laws or our culture.
Yeah, our future.
The case may be.
Culture, yeah, exactly. I would even say culture just because the laws affect us.
So I have all these people, I interviewed all these people, and here's the important point. Before I start to answer your question, if you want me to, nobody is ever going to be able to do this nobody has ever done this, and nobody is ever going to do it in the future.
Yeah,
That's why
I honestly agree.
my
I
ebook,
don't think.
that's
Yeah,
why
you
I think
managed.
the ebook, the Socratic Assassin, which you can get on Amazon or Amazon Kindle, or you can get on Rakuten Kobo.
Yeah.
That is a book for the ages. It's all there, and
Yeah.
it's never going to happen again because nobody can do this.
No, honestly, like it's honestly like a miracle that you were able to even get the
Right.
interviews that you did. Like,
right. So,
like it's not a joke. It really is crazy.
there's a lot of elements involved in how I was able to get these interviews. That interview you saw with Congressman Esteban Torres, that's a sit-down interview. That's an interview that's negotiated and agreed to in the office of the congressman.
Yeah, and
it's not like
on their home turf.
It's not an ambush interview. I've done plenty of ambush interviews also, but that one wasn't it. And
no, right? Like you've actually had them like bring you in and stuff and all this.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. They're like real deal professional interviews. Yeah.
Yeah, I've interviewed Tucker Carlson and Jesse Waters. Everybody.
You got Tucker Carlson? I didn't see that one either.
All these people that are on TV that are calling the shots. So the answer to your question is there's a lot of factors on how I was able to do this. I think the first factor is dedication, persistence.
Mm-hmm.
I played on the people's ego.
You did, yeah.
That is an important thing. It's a long time frame, so I've been at it for time, so I might not get the person now, but I might get them years later, like that. So this ebook is Path to Freedom, and it's never going to happen again. It's just.
No, I agree. I'm not just saying that either. Like I even said, like in before, like these people are going to be. No one's even going to see them in the future. You know what I mean? The way things are going with all the banks and everything being done digitally. So for you to even get there in their face is incredible. Like that, they're like funny. Like sometimes I'll like smoke some weed and just watch your videos and laugh because of how ridiculous these people are. Like,
I think there's a lot of value in this ebook, The Socratic Assassin, and it's kind of like my legacy to, it's a pathway to freedom and something that I've done for the country, basically. And, I left a nice, comfortable situation in Puerto Rico to come to Washington and fight for individual rights, and that was my mission.
Respect,
and that's what I did.
Right. Yeah. If I wasn't doing what I do now, I'd be playing professional Street Fighter. Actually, I'm like nasty with that shit. But yeah, you gotta make sacrifices to do the right thing. It's not easy.
What were you doing?
Oh, it's a video.
You ever heard of Street Fighter 2? What you said.
Did you know the video game? You ever heard? You ever heard of Street Fighter 2? It's a video game in the arcade. You ever seen that? Street Fighter 2. It's just an old fighting game. I'm really good at it though. I beat like the #2 guy in the United States as well as some of the other people. But if I wasn't doing what I do now,
at first I thought you were the Street Fighter.
No. I'm sweetheart. I ain't trying to fight nobody. I mean, I'm not a pacifist. I will, but I'm not trying to start anything with anyone. I write jokes. You see, I write jokes.
I'm glad you're a champion of the video game.
Yes.
But,
yes.
By the way, I had a couple of arcades a long time ago but they were the beginning ones. Yeah. I've had a lot of businesses, a lot of things that I've done. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. I'm like heavy. I've been heavy into video games since I was a kid. It's a good form of escapism rather than alcohol and stuff.
I'm not very good at them.
It's all right.
Anyway,
it takes time.
So I had a comfortable, enjoyable life in Puerto Rico. Was great. My childhood, my professional life. uh, I did well, and I decided that it was necessary to come to Washington because the country was going to go down the tubes.
Yeah.
So I did what I could, and it's all there on tape. So this is my contribution to America.
Yeah. No, that's great. And like I said, people really need to see this stuff. It's not like I don't want to say it's not a joke because there's some of them are so funny because of how badly you just not even badly like you just ask them questions they just don't want to answer and it's so obvious and stuff. But no, it really is important because people need to see the intentions and the character of these people.
They sometimes they try to get even, and many of them have said that they were going to be sure that I wasn't going to be able to do any more interviews in Washington, that they were going to make.
Yeah, I think I heard them say that actually on one of the videos. I think they said it to you on camera, right?
But then later, it's kind of like a nightmare. They want to forget about it.
Right. Yeah. Intimidate you and then just wipe it on the table.
One guy, Senator Lindsey Graham, that neocon, he was able to get me kicked out of a convention that I was doing interviews. He's the only one that was successful. But many of them, they tried. But I go to other venues to get interviews. So, yeah.
What year did you start? What year did you start doing this?
What'd you say?
What year did you start your interviews?
I started about 30 years ago.
Oh, okay, 30 years ago. Okay.
In Washington, D.C., yeah. About 30 years ago, I had the show in Puerto Rico earlier. And I've been, interviewed a lot of old guys that were the top of the heap at the time, and a lot of the new guys that are running the show today. Like Joe Scarborough, on MSNBC, or all Chris Matthews. All these people, George Stephanopoulos.
You got all of them, huh? So I didn't even know.
Yeah. You have to see. That's why you got to buy the ebook.
You know what I'm going to do, brother? Honestly,
it's $3.
That's it. Jeez, that's fucking that's a steal.
Yeah, well, I paid $3 because I want a lot of people to be able to afford it
and see this for what it is. Yeah.
I don't want price to be a factor. So, I'm not trying to make a mint on it or anything. Just I wanted to get it out there, and that it's certainly worth it, baby. You're gonna see like the backstories, what happens, and behind the scenes, and these spectacular interviews that can't be.
Those are legendary. They really are.
There isn't anybody that can do these interviews. Actually, I remember when I first started.
I never seen anything like that. It really is.
Yeah, when I first started in TV, they said, "Oh, Jan, once you explain to the people what you do, they're just going to steal your idea and they'll do it themselves."
Right.
Well, let them go try, and if they can, more power to them.
Yeah, we don't really help anyway.
They can't, and that's the thing. They can't do it, and they don't know enough to do it. So you need more knowledge to do it, and they can't. Right. So, but actually, what the country needs is about 100 Jan Helfelds doing these interviews.
Yeah, no, it's real. I was going to say, why don't you do?
And that's one of the, like I said in the beginning, that's the best value of the ebook and of these interviews is learning the Socratic interviewing technique,
right,
and get away from arguing. Arguing is a sterile endeavor. I did a lot of it when I was a youngster.
Yeah.
And
I'll admittedly, I'm guilty of it myself.
all of a sudden your voice, your sound went down.
Yeah. These things, sometimes like the signal goes out or whatever. I can hear you though now. I was just saying,
Okay.
What I was actually going to say to you, brother, was that being it's a Sunday night and not that many people are seeing this right now. If you want, what I can do to help you get rid of, like, sell the ebook is, if you want, I'll just every day I'll tag all of my following and I'll link one of your videos so everybody sees, like, the Nancy Pelosi thing. Because if I tag everyone, at least they'll, like, see that it's there. And then I was going to say, maybe next weekend you want to do like a real deal, like, interview about all of the the interviews that you're doing. It's up to you if you want.
We can try to set that up. If you want an interview that like that Pete Stark interview is really something.
Yeah, I'm saying we'll do it on my page. If that's cool with you. That way, what I can do is I can basically build everyone up all week long, and then we'll do like an interview.
I interviewed another one I would recommend is James Woolsey. He is a former CIA director.
Mm-hmm.
He interviewed me in a building there that I didn't realize was a CIA building.
Mm-hmm.
And that was scary because once you get in there, you can't get out if they don't let you out.
Right. It's like, oh, this is a bad situation to be in. Yeah, you got lucky, man. Where was that?
Yeah, he was really angry, and the crew was scared. Yeah, they everybody's jaw dropped, and but they let us out, and so I there's a lot of spectacular interviews there,
right.
And they call names sometimes like asshole and things like that.
That's I get a lot of that too. Comes with the territory of being honest, you know. Like George Carlin says, everybody appreciates your honesty until you're honest with them. Then they don't like it so much, you know.
Well, it's I try to get along with everyone, and
me too.
And like I said to Pete Stark, take it easy. I just asked you a few questions.
Right. It's like, what's the problem, man? Like, aren't we just having, like, these people are fucking crazy, man. Like we said, that's why I appreciate them so much, because you're the only person that ever really got to them like that. That's what's so crazy about the interviews. Like, even like Luke Radowski and like Josh Sigurdson, who's like a personal friend of mine. I love that guy. Nobody's gotten interviews like up in these people's faces with questions to sit. It's like incredible that you were able to pull this off. That's what's so entertaining. I didn't know that you had all these other interviews. I just thought you had the handful on YouTube. So I can't wait to watch the rest of them. I'm fucking get high as a kite and watch these things and laugh like a fucking character, you know?
You're absolutely right. And I'm tooting my own horn here, but
no, it's true.
Nobody has ever been able to do this, and I predict nobody will ever be able to do it because.
Yeah, I was talking to Larkin about that. He said to say hi to you or whatever, but yeah, you have the best interviews of all time. Like, they're fucking amazing.
Yeah, they a lot of them, like I said, they said they're going to shut me down and that I never do another interview in Washington D.C.
Right.
Nothing happened.
Well, like I said, it's all threats anyway with these people. I mean, eventually, if you make enough noise, they'll do something. But they usually just use intimidation and fear because they don't want to have to.
Like to. I already know they just generally they just like to forget about it. It's like a nightmare that they want to forget about.
Right.
But let me tell you one thing, Justin. When I interviewed someone, they remember.
Yeah, they sure do. No, they definitely like that motherfucker. And it's funny too, because you come in all nonchalant with the mustache and all unsuspecting. And see, like, if I walked in there, they'd probably be like, "All right, who's this guy?" But you did it like on some like spy versus spy stuff. Where you're in there, it was great.
I shaved my mustache off, so that they wouldn't recognize me.
They wouldn't recognize me. No, that is fucking funny, man. Yeah. Well, so why don't we do that then? I think that would be a good idea. Because,
so that's good.
So yeah, send me here. This is what we do.
Chat.
No, of course.
And Mr. Mark Davis is watching. I hope he enjoyed it too.
No, I just want more people to see it. That's why. So I think what we should do is, why don't you every day send me the video you want me to share, and I'll share it with my whole audience.
You in there. You use your own judgment, and I'm giving you different ones.
Yeah, that's true. I just have so many damn accounts. Sorry about that. I keep losing my accounts. So we'll do. So James
Woolsey, he's former CIA director. So put those, those are good, and you can
And then
do
we'll do like a real
Bill
interview.
Richard, you can do Bill Richard, you can do Newt Gingrich. It depends on what you're looking
I saw
for.
that one. Yeah,
you're looking for the guy, like
I
Newt
just want people
Gingrich
to
previously.
see it. I just want other people to see him and enjoy him like I did.
Or you want to see Jesse Waters, or you want to see Tucker Carlson. They're all there, and so if you get that, why don't you buy the ebook? Then you have everything.
No, I definitely will.
You click on it.
No,
that's a good idea.
I definitely will. So how about
So
if you, this?
that's on Amazon Kindle, and it's, all you have a table of contents. You have all the plays you want to see, and you'll run into people you would like to see in the interview, because everybody doesn't have the same preferences.
It's important. People see this now. It's important people see this now too, because like people are still like waiting for like the next election, thinking these people have our back. So it's really important people see what these people are really about before they go out and vote too.
Well,
but so let's
talking about these people, like for example, Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
So something that gets by a lot of people is that towards the end of the interview, Nancy Pelosi says to me, "You made a mistake."
Yeah.
And I knew she was threatening me,
Right.
And I was really quick on my feet, and I thought, Pelosi mafiosi.
Yeah. That's literally.
What is it that you got to do right now, Jan Helfeld? Wake up. And I said, what it is if you're threatened on camera, you have to get them to elaborate. So
right. Go further. Yeah.
So they can't carry out the threat.
Yeah, no, like you said, these people, she's a perfect prime example of what we're talking about. But so why don't we just do? Why don't we wrap it up for the night?
I asked her exactly that. So what was my mistake? And then all of a sudden she realized she's on camera. But
I'm cutting out. Let's do that. I'll inbox you. We'll pick it up next week and we'll take a real interview.
You should pick some of these spectacular interviews. There's nothing like it.
No, there really isn't. Yeah. All right, we'll pick it up next weekend, brother. Absolutely. I can't wait to watch this. So yeah, we'll pick it up. I'll hit you in the message.
Okay. Bye then.
Later, kid.